Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and today I'm streaming the Lord of the Rings Online, continuing with the Gundabad expansion, which, just 8 days after the launch of this expansion, we got our first two new 3-mans that I think were originally intended for the launch of Gundabad, but I remember they ran into some issues with them in beta, and sounds like there might still be some issues with them, but I plan to check those out and kind of continue along with my questing experience in Gloomingturn. What I'm really excited to see is how they have implemented the loot for this, for the 3-mans, and if they've added anything that wasn't in the notes, like barter-wise. I did check the regular Gundabad quartermaster, this guy, the rep quartermaster. Okay, had my camera all messed up there. But there's nothing new from him, so we can roll that out for now at least. And the other thing I thought about checking, just because it was on my mind, where do I need to go for this? Northeastern Matagard, I believe, was the geode hunting guy, which I believe is at Northeastern Matagard and not anywhere else. So hopefully that is the case. Was it Northeastern? I think it was this one. But I don't know if that NP... Ooh, I'm actually not sure if it was this one anymore. But I was thinking that NPC was just in one spot, and I actually did think it was here, but maybe it was not. Oh yeah, here all the... That was something else though, okay. It's also entirely possible he was at Maregrind the whole time. Maybe I will just go through all of these camps. So if I hide, actually there's the crafting vendor up there. I don't think it was at Steepset because I got it before I went to Steepset, I saw it. But then again, I might have traveled to Steepset. Yeah, we'll go to Steepset and see. This delay was unintended. Northeastern, where is Steepset? There it is. Hello, Michael. The expansion so far is fun, but more recently I have run into some issues with, first of all, the blast stream in Car Bronak. Found out that zone had an unfinished quest line, so I was kind of going through it and then suddenly things stopped. And it sounds like from other people's experience there have been a lot of buggy things, but fortunately I have not run into them, and the recent patch fixed a lot of the bugs. Okay, I actually have no idea where this geode hunter is again. There's the crafting vendor, there's the rep vendor. I feel like this would be the location, I just don't remember where he was. Ah, maybe over here. Yes, geode hunter, there he is. So basically, I wanted to remind myself what this guy actually had, so I can buy some gypsum geodes for some of my agate geodes. And there are some yellow pocket items, okay. These, wow, they require a lot of geodes, it looks like. But these also, with them being yellow quality, even at item level 460, I'm not sure how appealing these will be. That said, they do have surprisingly nice stats. So that is an option to look out for. I just need lots and lots of more geodes. Otherwise, geodes, what are they used for? You can get some of the allegiance items and a lot of cosmetics, I think. Tons of housing items, but that's true with basically everything in Gundabad. Which, speaking of housing, I totally forgot to put this in my video that was, let's see, yesterday. I think, yeah, yesterday evening. I totally forgot to put in that the new housing region, next housing area, has been announced by Scenario, and that will actually be Erebor. I'm a little bit surprised it was Erebor, and surprised it's going to be coming so soon. I would have thought if they did Dwarven housing that it would have actually been Gundabad, but it sounds like they did Erebor, and will be coming. The intended release date, at least, is going to be 31.2, which isn't a release date, but it's more of a update that it is intended to come with, which I would suspect would be early 2021, but it could honestly be anywhere from like December if they really go rapid with some updates, all the way to maybe even March or April, based on just previous updates like that, the dot updates. Okay, so also with the instances, I need to discover them, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Deepscrave, and that is going to be the first place we need to go. So early in the stream, we're going to be going through the discoveries if anybody is curious where you need to go to discover them. And that also reminds me, I totally forgot to do this in the last stream, to record locally, so I have no Carbronet gameplay recorded, which I wanted to put in also yesterday's video. But now that is going, and I will hopefully, given that I have time to do it, and other higher priority things don't come up, I will hopefully have a video on the instances, just general overview type video. But I did have one person, Dan's Adventures, who some of you all might remember, he expressed some interest in running these instances, and then I know people in my kin are also interested in it. I also will point out I'm only level 136. That said, I think I could run the 140 version just fine on tier 1 at least, but anything higher than tier 1, I don't know how useful I would be is ultimately the issue. So I think I need to go up a little bit. We want to go to the elevator, which I think I have to go up. With all the... Actually, there's a new quest, it looks like. Is that in the camp, or... They might have added, like, a breadcrumb type quest for the instance, which would be really nice if... That's one of the things I mentioned in my first impressions video. I was pretty sad to see the lack of instances, especially lack of instances with the questing that was in Minas Morgul. And just like I said in that video, it seemed like a downgrade from what we used to have with at least the previous expansion launch. There sure is a new quest for this, and it's level 133, so that to me indicates that it is integrated into the leveling just like with Minas Morgul. It's just now that it's this way, I have to go back to do it. Also, we have a visitor. So it actually shows where I need to go. Assault on Durstock. It's not really helpful with this map. It's probably like way over here if I had to guess, because the map is like still way offset. You can get a more accurate idea, for people that don't know, a more accurate idea of where things are in Deepscrave by actually zooming out. And it's a little bit harder to see the details, of course, but that does actually display the locations. The map is not offset. Also, I just realized the map doesn't cover the full screen. There's like one column of pixels. That would be on the opposite side of my camera. On the right side of the screen where my mouse is, cursor, there's like one column of pixels that is not covered by the mouse. Actually, it has to be more than one column. I see like the green border and a little color right there. Huh. Also, if you all hear rattling noise, that is the cat that is somewhat visible. They have been sleeping ever since I got home, so I was worried that they'd just like come, well, at least this one would come up here and just bug for attention the whole time today. I wonder if I need any Slayer deeds. Like, I hear these lizards getting mad at me. I don't actually need them for anything. Also, I have Hobbit gifts. There are so many things that come up when you log into LOTRO. By the way, there's a 10% bonus Virtue XP weekend going on, which is nice, but... And I'm going to the elevator, right? I totally stopped paying attention to where I was going. Okay, so I actually did not need to go all this way up. I don't even know if you can access the elevator from here. I'm doing a bad job at this. This was actually supposed to be pretty quick since I knew where I needed to go. It's just more actually getting there that is appearing to be the problem. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. That's actually maybe a good thing, because now I am hopefully on the vertical level I needed. But anyway, with the 10% Virtue bonus weekend, there is actually going to be a 20% virtue bonus coming up. So if you have a bunch of the virtue XP things saved up like I do on both the Nora and Arkenstone, I actually recommend waiting to use those for the 20% boost weekend. Okay, so now where did I miss my turn? I need to go up here, which means I should have to go up one level here. Did I just go up those steps last time? There's the bridge, okay. And then I need to go up to the highest level. That much is all I know for discovering this instance, is to go up to the highest level. And then I guess it's indicated on the map where it is, which is... I forget, you have to go where the ring actually is, but on the map it'll look like it's there, I think. Because your player is also offset. Like, for example, my character is more like actually right here, I believe. I'm on the bridge, let's see. No, I'm actually way up here. That seems more accurate from my questing experience. I am on, you can see on the mini-map, I'm like right next to this little hexagon platform. I think these two people are probably going to discover the instance, and the little crystals right there. So I'm like on that bridge. But anyway, that's not too important. That's just how I can tell where I actually am. We need to go to the catwalks. Get back on the mount, which apparently is going to be the goat this time, but that's okay. And then from the catwalks, it looks like it's just a simple walk southwest, actually. You can really see how vertical this zone is from up here. So this is one of the higher parts in the zone, and you can go all the way down to the floor level. I think this is a great view of that. Hello, Barry Hawkins. You're eagerly awaiting my graphic settings video. So I have some... Ooh, I wonder what's going on here. Okay. I wonder what this one is. Maybe this could be a future instance. And then we need to go to Gloomingtarn for the next one. So the quick way out of here is to just muster and then take a swift travel. Okay, so for graphics settings video, yeah, you might see a little bit of cat. There's the tail. Ideally, I would have it as a multi-part video. One of it just going over my graphics settings, but ideally, I would have a video going over my hardware and or my recording settings, because a lot of times when I'm in LOTRO, I'm recording or streaming and always using OBS or doing both at the same time. Like recently with the updated, or not even upgraded, but new hard drive, Gloomingturn, which is the place I need to quest. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pick up a few quests and kind of... Somebody from the Kin cheered at me, but I don't think I can quite cheer back at them. But yeah, get started with the quest before I actually head out, because I might be able to do some of the quests on the way there. Dwarf Scout, Clothing Gap. Wait, 2 Clothing Gap. The first quest I get in the new zone is to go to another zone? That seems a bit odd. Windswept furs, cannot turn those in for tasks. I'll get plenty of task items later, but thought I'd go ahead and check. I also see some gear in my inventory. Oh yeah, so this is one of the things that bothered me recently, is I got a nice fancy purple necklace, but it's actually right now a downgrade from my item level 453 necklace. In the meantime, I still have other pieces of gear that haven't even been upgraded. That started a whole tangent, I think, in the last stream about the gear, and it's just not ideal is how I describe it with the Gundabad quest rewards as far as gear goes. My breath can't actually smell any good. Den of Puglok is somewhere along the east here. I know I accidentally ran into it in the beta, and I just know it's along the east side of this lake. I also see there are goblin sappers here, which in previous areas are quite dangerous. It almost would have been better to stay in Deepscrave and just go to this zone. I feel like, since I'm having to backtrack. I also forgot to set my milestone. These little worms. I don't know, it's entertaining seeing the wormlets like go together in a group like that.
I fear we may be too late.
Examine... Oh, I'm actually on the book quest. I didn't even fully realize that. So book quest, examine runestone wards. We have 2 Gloomingturn rather. If I call it Gloomingturn, that is on accident. It should be Gloomingturn. Now, yeah, just verifying I actually put that in the title. Always like LOTRO points.
Folk shall endure, as we always have.
Gundabad will be ours once more.
Realign echo horns. So this is a zone quest. And then another zone quest, Gorgar's Cursebreaker. Book quest. I needed to examine some runestone wards. Where are those? They're right here. Ah, is that a runestone ward? It is a runestone. And then, oh, another one right there. I expected these to be more so stones, which I guess they still technically are, but I was looking for something on the ground at first.
It is as I feared.
Okay, so a quest to aid the 2 dwarves that we got their quest from. Book quest has me defeat Ingmarum. Somehow I did not expect Ingmarum here. I wonder where they are. Northern part of the zone, it looks like. Since I am still waiting for some people, as in one person, for a status update on running the new instances, I will go ahead and start these quests, I suppose. These look exciting. Drukala. I also wonder how careful I will have to be in this zone. Things were getting a little bit more dangerous in some areas of Carbronak and some areas of Pit of Stonejaws, but there are also other areas where I guess the type of enemy, where things on the landscape are still pretty easy and I don't have to pay too much attention. Actually, that sapper did not do as much damage as I expected. The ones in Azanabalzar did tons of damage to me. I would be very scared going through a zone like Azanabalzar if I was a fresh level 130. Okay, sapper bombs. Yeah, I just need to do tons of stuff in this camp. Echo horn. Seems like I should get that. I know I entered the camp kind of in the middle, so just making sure I backtrack for everything. Yep, Punsu, those sappers and Azanabalzar were quite deadly. I think 2 of them would take out about half my health with their little bombs. I'm going to have to use a potion. Or I'll be too slow using potion, that's always an option. This time I don't think I can blame the sappers. Actually, that... Oh, my keyboard. There we go. That one actually did a little bit of a decent amount of damage, I would say. We're off to a little bit of a rough start in the zone, but as usual, it's basically all my fault. I also think the difference in magnitude between the 2 morale tap over times, they Yeah, the difference between those is a lot more pronounced at this level compared to 115, where I'm not actually sure it's worth using the weak one when I need a quicker heal, is maybe one issue. Are there two people there? Can't quite tell. I don't know why there are two nameplates. Oh well. Okay, back to the game. One. Felt like I just ran into an issue doing something like this a moment ago. I wonder with this thing, if I should save this, or if they ever add more of a gilded crafting grind, rep grind, or if I should go ahead and just use it on an alt. Actually, yeah, these sappers do somewhat decent damage. Still, I don't think as much as the Xanables are ones, but just standing in it like that, it is decent damage. Something's hitting me for quite a bit. I wonder if it is the archers doing so much damage to me. Maybe the Drudge. New 3-man discovery in Gloomingturn is somewhere on the eastern part of the lake, but while I was waiting for somebody who it sounds like they won't actually be showing up this evening, I decided to go ahead and start questing this zone, but I will... Ooh, somebody's reflecting something. Unless that's me. I don't think I reflect. Yeah, somebody reflected like 35,000 damage on me. Yikes. Well, maybe that's one of my issues at least. I see stuff specifically on the map being tracked over this way. I don't know. Echo horns, the mirrors. Why are those called echo horns? The echo horns once amplified and directed the curious residents in Gloomingturn. Okay. See, sometimes they have actual flavor text that tells you why they're called what they're called. Question is, how do I get to that one without going all the way around? I can go all the way around, but I might be able to get a mount and make that jump. Oh, barely. Oh, that was a skippy jump. So there's that one, and it's actually one up the road here. And then other quest items. A couple banners. Oh no. I'm trying to help, I'm just being extra slow on accident. Unfortunately, I cannot revive them. Okay, so I think I'm good to head this way. Hello, Jonathan Amos. All is well. We've only had one death? Yeah, only had one death, so hopefully it stays that way. Especially when we get to the instances. I'm curious what the mechanics will be like. I've heard Dina Puglok is a quite unique instance, but have not gotten to those quite yet. Like there's another mirror I need. I actually don't know if that's a mirror. I kind of assumed it was a mirror. It looks a lot like a mirror, at least from this sign. This side, that's what I was trying to say, this side, but it actually does not look like a mirror at all. The back of it looked like all the mirrors. It is an echo horn. Oh, I am realigning it, okay, to unsettle the orcs. Oops. Yeah, even in this fight, somebody is packing the damage. Which now, of course, resolution ain't gonna heal much on that one mob. I think I will use a potion to be safe. I have plenty of them. Also, the Gundabad potions drop quite frequently, it seems like, on the landscape. Yeah, I wonder that fight. I could actually pull up, like, combat analysis to see what's going on, but I just know I got reflected once, and I don't think I've actually seen that again since I saw it for the first time. The go-to AoE gambit is Resounding Challenge. So in the range stance, just to clarify, range Resounding Challenge, in the range stance, this is the ability. It just does a lot of damage, doesn't do any upfront damage, which sometimes is a downside, especially if you're just trying to attack mobs. It's kind of funny, in the melee stance it also is ranged and has same target, same AoE, but it only has upfront damage. Looks like I have a quest ready to advance. But yeah, due to its high damage is basically why I use it so frequently. And the morale taps, I don't really use them for the heal. The heal is more of the morale tap part of it is actually just a convenient side effect. I use it because they are AoEs and they could trigger that one thing, Barb Javelins. 50% chance on each of those to trigger Barb Javelins for an AoE bleed. At range is the main benefit of it. That said, sometimes in the landscape the morale tap can come in handy. Especially with how weak the shield heals are at this level. Okay, so a couple more echo horns, and then I need to find a toppled echo horn outside of this place. So it looks like I am done as far as in this place goes. Wasn't really too much to it. For some reason I expected more in the camp, but maybe we had been there a decent amount of time. Glowworm. I wonder if there's a glowworm slayer. Spiders and insects, okay. Even in single target, I often prefer range Resounding Challenge just because of its damage. And then after that, maybe use ranged Unerring Strike. Ooh. Signature with 1 million morale. That's nice to see, actually. He's a curse breaker, but he seems to be broken right now. That seemed like an unfair fight. And then otherwise, I still need a couple more echo horns to realign. So there's probably one on the western side. There it is. And then I'm guessing one back east a little bit. Oop. I might be able to get it from here somehow. I did see Gundabad's Garn. And there's a limestone over there. Oh, there's lots of people on the kin. Oh, quest turnings are actually back down south. And the, yeah, echo horn. Otherwise, still my quest turn-ins are going to be back down south, so I guess I will do that whenever we get going to the camp and see what quest the camp actually has. I will see if any of those take me somewhat near the Den of Puglok, which again, it's somewhere along that area, I believe. That general area. So that quest is just ready to advance, and then follow the Thoroughfare through. Okay. Oh, follow the Thoroughfare through Gloomingtarn and travel to Watcher's Roost. Oh, so I didn't actually need to go back. I wonder what the whole needing to go back quest was. Well, alright. This makes more sense, especially with the pace LOTRO usually has in newer content. I really do like the look of this zone. It's surprisingly, like a lot of things in Gundabad, quite unique. Yes, this is Gundabad. This is the Gloomingturn zone. It's actually the 4th zone, but I think it's one of the neater looking ones. Also, I actually might be able to get a decent screenshot. I was thinking I really want to screenshot this dwarf. Hermath Stormhammer is his name. With all the dwarves in Gundabad, I feel like it's a good thing to have some dwarf screenshots for thumbnails and the such. Den of Puglok, there it is. Oh, you actually have to get, you have to what? Defeat influenced goblins. I wonder who they're influenced by. Maybe that's part of the story of the instance. It just says influenced goblins, okay. Seen acting a very peculiar way. Is this the instance? Somebody described it. Maybe minor spoilers before we get to it, but a bunch of mushrooms or something. Oh, look at all these quests. I get 2 dwarf allies. Oh, I thought that was going to be 4 quests actually. Okay, so Den of Puglok, that is the one I want to prioritize because I actually do want to go ahead and get running that with my kin in a moment. But influence goblins are going to be way up in the northeast. I actually think this fall can be safe. I might break my legs a little bit, but it's better than breaking my character. Hey, some quests, which I think a lot of my quests were here anyway, but I'm planning on swimming across the lake. Probably ooh, that might have been a dangerous fall. Oh, is there really a boat to the other side? That's actually a little bit sad. I was excited to have to travel on my own, like swim across the lake. I thought we were going to have it's not even close to the area of Everswim, Lake Evandem, but ooh, that's a funky looking toad. Hypnotic flesh. Interesting. I guess that's why I jab things with spears instead of touch them with my hands. It's nice to hear you like the Brawler. It seems to be a not so very popular class overall at the moment. I think one reason is it's kind of weak. It looks like it's more popular. Actually, in all the level ranges, it doesn't seem too unpopular, basing that off of being more popular than the Warden. At least right now, more popular than the Warden, Beorning, and of course Burglar. I think Burglar is usually the least popular class. There are some people here. I wonder if they're also working on the Din of Puglok. Yep, this is, I think, let me double check. Yeah, this is the place where I accidentally ran into the Din of Puglok before they even added the instance in the beta. And I was quite interested in the instance just because of the look of it we have from here. Looked pretty neat. But ideally, I can defeat the goblins inside the Den of Puglok in northern Gloomingturn. Oh, somebody just defeated a... There's one. Influence Goblin. What do you know? I guess they just didn't count on 20 people being here to try to defeat all 5. Hey, here's a treasure cache. I can't believe I missed that. That's something I should not have missed. Oops. I don't know. That seems a little bit weird to put a smiley from somebody not joining. Expect the goblins to be like in this camp area. There was the one slightly outside, but I don't know their full spawn radius. According to the map, it seems like they could be quite far south even. Might as well work on my Wormlet Slayer. I'm mainly pressing 1 so I just don't end up with a bad gambit in case a goblin spawns, so I can be sure to tap it. Which I guess I could always just hit 1 again. Yeah, the Brawler as a elf or hobbit. Oh, I think a lot of people, including me, thought it was a little bit weird that brawlers could be things other than race of man. I thought race of man, dwarf, and potentially hobbit, but the elf part is what was a little bit weirder to me. Well, we found it. Oh, there's one. I don't know where I'm targeting it. Is it stuck? Target not on line of sight. Yeah, it might actually be stuck in pillars. It appears so. Oh well. Hopefully I'm not missing another one. I missed a deep toad. Not seeing one being defeated on the text log thing. Okay, give other people a chance to hit it if they want. There were people goblin hunting. How nice of them, I didn't even see this goblin. And this will be the last one I needed. Oops, I didn't mean to do that much damage to it. Hey, and there's an influence goblin. Makes sense that they would all suddenly spawn. I guess I didn't need to go back here. I just need to complete the Den of Puglok on any difficulty. Region to do after Gundabad, I honestly have no idea. Standing Stone Games has been very, very hush-hush about what they are planning on doing. I think we can eliminate Mountains of Mirkwood as just a random thing when I open the map. At least things might change. That was something they just said, that Probably weren't going to go back and add the middle Mirkwood areas anytime soon, but who knows now. Anyway, I personally am leaning towards being in favor of Rune over Harad, but I think a lot more people suspect Harad. One reason to suspect Harad is in the collections panel. In update 30.3 and the beta for that, actually it started with the beta for that, they increased the map, which used to be able to open the whole thing. But they added like this whole southern part to the collection stable master map, which is perhaps a hint that they do plan to go south. And if they did, say, Rune instead, that would be like right here and it would mess up the little Moria box and that sort of stuff. But it's not like this is a guarantee that that is where they're going, but it's just a possibility. Also, they did expand north. Perhaps they would go into Fordwaith, while I kind of doubt that. This is also expanded north a little bit. I think Fordwaith could be interesting just because it's located nearby Gundabad, but that doesn't really mean anything when, for example, we had a lot of updates here in the Dwarven areas and Bearwarning areas, Vales of Anduin, and then we went way back to Mordor for Minas Morgul, and then the next updates we started to go back to the Dwarf areas again, and eventually Gundabad. Okay, so I believe I'm ready to run the 3-mans, and while waiting for people to hopefully be interested in that, I think I have some quests I can do. For example, surveying that quest. Surveying Ormgren. I can go way down here. Need to summon Spal for this. I thought I had 2 dwarves following me. Maybe not. Maybe it was somebody else's dwarf. The influenced goblins are crazed by their extensive time following prominent profiles on Mythstagram. I do not know what Mythstagram is. Was that in the quest text? No, that was just about the goblins. Gloomscutter. Specify. Okay. Oh, quest is up here. Wow, I already got to the southern tip of this shore. But this is a fairly small zone. Ooh, I have to actually go inside. Neat. So as far as the Grey Havens, if I can remind myself where those actually are. Somewhere here. Let me see. I think the collections map might have had that. No? Some map had that, I thought. Oh, maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it's a non-in-game map. But I was thinking Grey Havens was in general west of Evendim, somewhere around Ear of the Wind. The Towering Hills, I think, is what was between Ear of the Wind and the Shire. It could also have been somewhere south. There's like the Greenway or something that goes from Enadwaith to Breeland, I thought. Something like that. I would be interested in filling out more of Eriador personally. But I'd also love to see, kind of like Wildwood, more of leveling zones there. But I think if they added a lot of leveling zones to the game, not that I think they necessarily should just do that, I would like to first see maybe a like a rework of how leveling completely works in LOTRO. Anyway, just so y'all know the instances, people that were interested, one of them isn't going to be able to show up, and another person / people in the kin, they are going to be a little bit before they get to it. So I'm wondering, you all can put in the, here, I'll make a poll, because you can do that now. There. Y'all can vote if you want me to quest in the meantime, or go ahead and run the instances on the solo version so we can go ahead and have a peek into them to see mostly what they look like. Potentially check out the solo rewards, which I don't really expect to be much. Could check those out. I also saw one of these crabby looking Ukrosh things. That's what they're called, Ukrosh. So I will summon mine out. Oh, running the instances solo is off to a strong head start there. Yikes. I didn't expect that many votes right at the beginning. I appreciate the votes, but it was just unexpected. I will get out of this cave, so I'll give you all until, Thrashstring the Gluttonous. This is when the morale taps are useful. Curious, yeah, I'm curious about the solo rewards too. I, again, don't expect that much, but hey, could have some good solo rewards. So far, there's now 6 votes, but so far that is in the lead. An after quest version of the Shire, similar to, okay, yeah, after Battle Minas Tirith, like fitting the Scouring of the Shire. I agree with you, Elven Archer. Standing Stone Games has seemed to have, I don't know if I should quite call it perfected, but they have implemented quite a few areas like that where they have alternative versions of things, and I really feel like starting with Minas Morgul, Mordor Besieged, they really showed off that they have a way to implement it in the game. It makes sense a little bit more than I personally think the after battle version of Minas Tirith. That one was a little, to me at least, slightly less ideal implementation, even though it wasn't bad. I just prefer how they've done like Mordor Besieged and the such. Which isn't much different, but I don't know. The whole point is, I think they could definitely do that. You have to put it into that difficult worm name to pronounce. Put an end to his gluttony. I think somewhere it said that. It said you have to put an end to something or other. I don't know where that went, to be honest. Do I actually need to kill it? Not that I can tell. I still need to collect worm gizzards. I need to defeat a lot of them for Slayer deeds. I need... This is a great place, I think, to do Slayer deeds with all the wormlets and the such here, though. Just great opportunity to get those done. I need to free some dwarves. I need to collect rare Mordor treasures. Ah, the little dwarf messing up my AoEs. That's basically the job of NPCs. He actually, okay, his damage isn't all that terrible when he's partially BPE'd, which looks like the times I'm paying attention, 80% of the time he got partially BPE'd. He did okay-ish 15k damage. For an NPC, at least, I consider that not too bad. Also, these are actually working this time. For some reason, a bunch of them didn't seem to want to work earlier. So now I have that quest done. I can rescue this ensnared Longbeard miner.
Yes.
So the first thing he does when he gets up is just mention the Stormhammer must be told of this. Won't be able to open that until I get a few more inventory spaces. So here is a giant worm, which is the thrashstring, the gluttonous. Oh, there's another dwarf I need to talk to. Maybe? Oh, surveying Glittengroff. Oh, never mind. We're on track, I think. Okay, so free ensnared longbeards. Apparently I still need to do that. Well, we can go around. Big circle again. Again, Slayer deeds. Always good to kill what you can. It's really efficient to do deeds while leveling / questing, so work what I can here, just pull a whole bunch of worms and try to find some ensnared dwarves, which are not showing up on the minimap. Maybe that's why it was a little bit hard to see them at first. Trying to pull that worm. And then we have a bunch over here, we have a bunch over here. We got a bunch of morale taps because I need slight healing. I don't even need that much healing, but one morale tap like this, even the overtime one, gets plenty of healing with this many mobs. I don't know plenty, but it gives relatively plenty compared to like 3 mobs. I just like it when morale taps can actually shine. Anyway, Donuts, you had a general question. Your quest group and you are currently in Ingmar, but it was super buggy. I heard there were issues with Ingmar. I personally have not been there in quite a while, but I don't know what the issues are, to be honest. I've just heard people have had trouble in Ingmar, and I don't remember the exact problems going on there. I don't know if it's like, they said like death areas maybe, other than the Stone Watchers, which if you try to cross those without doing the proper book quest, you will just die, so I'm not sure that's what's being referred to, but it sounds like Ingmar might just be buggy right now, and I really don't know why. I don't know if they made some adjustments there somehow. And this was before Gundabad and before the connection that it has been going on, so it's not just that, but yeah, seems strange. Okay, moving on. I am really bad about reading Kinship sometimes. It looks like I am not missing anything as far as the instance goes. Apparently I'm also bad about actually petting the cat. So next up we need to go northwest, I believe. There used to be a boat, it at least took me to this side. There's also some limestone here, and my cat's pressing the spacebar with her tail. I don't mind swimming. It's not even that long of a swim. That's why I was really surprised there was boats. So rubber banding, black screens, and disconnects from time to time. Yeah, hopefully you don't run into that in other areas. But with my lack of familiarity with the exact issues going on, I can't really say if those are ones that other people have had. Forge and loft. There we go. I think that would be forge and loft. Do I need to? I do need to defeat Madden Crush. By the way, I totally forgot about the poll. It looks like more people voted for me to do the solo version, but I think we are... It looks like I am totally mixed up. Sounds like there actually might have been some group content. I'm totally mixed up on this because I have not gotten there yet. But Forges and Loft was actually something else they were referring to. So I need to do a bunch of things here. Pan tide pools. There are tide pools somewhere. Really don't know where there would be tide pools on this lake. Shimmers in the shallows. What is, does this Ukrosh have a ton of defense or something? Plus incoming damage. That's not what it seemed like. What does this one have? Minus incoming damage. That makes more sense. This is a great place for whatever. I assume there's... Oh, this counts for spiders and insects. That's a little disappointing. There isn't a fresh Slayer deed for these. Yes, the cat is super funny. Sometimes annoying, but it's not that bothersome. Whenever I work from home, she's usually just like this as well when I'm on like Zoom or something. There we go. Oh, am I getting interrupted because of my dot? Or is I actually being hit? I don't know. Seems like a pretty bad wound. My vitality has been reduced. I think it's being reduced. I don't know the last time LOTRO's actually had resource instances. For all I know, this could be very recent, but I just don't remember. Also, I forgot to get the subscriber town services. Would you imagine that? I can turn in... I can use those. There's the 10% virtue XP boost going on, but as I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, I actually recommend waiting to use those, which I could have sent them to my Runekeeper. I recommend waiting to use those if you are stocking those up, like I always recommend you do anyway for virtue XP boost weekends. There's a 20% one coming up next month, which I am saving everything for. And Anduin, and I see you have a message, which actually takes a real long time to polish these, so I probably could have read it. Anyway, you said you recently got into the game and have been watching a lot of my content and you feel overwhelmed with all the things in the game. Yes, there is a lot of things in LOTRO. That's kind of... I feel like this has a negative connotation to it, but a problem with a game like this, with how long it has been developed, is how many things there are in the game, how many systems there are, and then sometimes abandoned systems, like the epic battles, skirmishes even are fairly abandoned at this point, even if sometimes they still can provide something useful. There are lots of things like that that just over time they're still in the game, but they aren't really actively developed or an active system that people participate in all that much. So there's a lot of that stuff, and there's just lots and lots and lots of content in the game. Some of it can be important to do, even for like your level cap experience, such as randomly West Rohan starts having trait points from the zone quests, the regional quests, and it's important to do basically every single quest. There are a small number you can skip in that region of West Rohan, but I wonder if I just missed these all up along the way. But anyway, I forgot where my train of thought was going. And it's always entertaining when you actually go underwater in LOTRO. At least it's entertaining to me. I believe even a pool this deep, you can faint. So you actually can kind of. That's not really swimming, but you can go underwater. Anyway, I probably need to defeat some enemies, pan some tide pools. Wait, the dark, shallow waters shimmer beneath me. I don't know if I'd quite call that a tide pool. Wow, this takes forever to pan. Rather than a, like, shimmer. Like, if it said pan shimmering water, that would make a little bit more sense to me. Or maybe tide pool is like, you're running through the water and it creates a tide somehow. Oh, here's one. I wonder if all these are shown on the map. Actually, it looks like they are. Oh, will this one interrupt me after all this time? Yep. Well, I should always defeat mobs before doing quest items like that. They're putting up what look like some very serious wounds, but they don't do quite that much damage. Looks like I missed one to the south, and then I have something else, a white quest, Stalker of Skellstrand. There's evidence of old Scarhogs, which is a named, that's a proper noun. Into the dangerous crush. Old Scarhog may pose a threat to the Gabalaka and any who seek to pass through Gloomingturn. Okay. A quest description like that, well, I just like in general find stuff like that sometimes interesting, is it really makes me think poorly of these dwarves if what I suspect to be like a little mob we have to deal with to pose that much of a threat. It's kind of funny. Not this one. We'll see if that's actually the case, but what it says here is put it into the dangerous Ukrosh before it can hinder the Gabalaka and Gloomingturn. Oh, here it was, the background. So yeah, the old Scarhog may pose a threat to the Gabalaka and any who seek to pass through Gloomingturn. So this little thing right here somewhere, actually don't know where it is, should be, you find a slain Ingmarum. Oh. We'll see. It'll take me a minute to get to it. And after I get this quest to the next step, I will talk about the river hobbits. There we go. Yeah, it's a signature Ukrosh. So this thing poses such a threat to the Gabalaka on their marches through Gloomingturn. I like really had to deal with it. So I just find that kind of entertaining in a comical way. Okay, other quests. I have really liked this zone so far. It's had some interesting quests, gives you tons of quests, tons of things to do, which I consider definitely a good thing. Let me check the book quests. We're in neither of those two. Down, down. We are Legacy of Durn and the Trials of the Dwarves. There we go. Defeating Marum, that's right. I'll probably have the zone quest go there eventually, so I'll keep that just up for now. Lock the tracking. And then I need to explore one more area, which could potentially mean even more zone quests. But yes, the Hobbit race that was planned. So you might know there have been... I don't know if I'd quite consider the Beorning a spin-off of the Race of Man as a race, because it's basically man, but it has some slightly different features. And yeah, otherwise, all the races, Dwarf, Elf, which I guess is 2 races, 2 of the 4 races, and then potentially if you consider Beorning with man, which I wouldn't quite consider that, it's its own class race thing. So we'll set that one aside. And the whole point is, those already have, again, spin-off races, but the hobbits do not. So it does seem like that would be one for them to target, is the river hobbits. And Standing Stone Games, it was kind of funny. The very first mention of that from Standing Stone Games, it sounded like it was a very sure thing that was planned and even potentially coming with the Gundabad expansion, which didn't really happen because from my understanding, river hobbits are around this area. Like, I don't know if it was quite over here. I didn't quite get there to Lindleby to actually know exactly what it looks like, but maybe that is a little bit of a hobbity area for all I know in the game. And basically, it seemed like it would be a good opportunity with all the stuff they're releasing here to have river hobbits again, assuming that's actually where they're from. Me being completely unknowing on that doesn't really help. And apparently, maybe I had to go up all this way. Yeah, that's why I'm way up here. I feel like I might as well go ahead and defeat Tin Angmarum just to advance the book quest. We'll probably have to come right back up here, but it's not like it's that much of a travel. Looks like there will definitely be Tin Angmarum here. The question is, can we get them all in one pool? It seems like it would be very boring if I didn't at least try. Like, if I'm going to go on this extra adventure anyway, I might as well make it fun. Now, something hit me for almost 47,000, and I got a bad fear. Presumably bad fear. I don't know if it was actually bad. Hey, morale tap's doing work. Oh, there's the Dwarf NPC. He's come to help. Yeah, we already defeated Tin Angmarum. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Not that long of a detour. The book quest has me go, yeah, up north anyway, which I'm not planning on doing. There is the birthplace of a particularly popular dwarf. I still don't know which dwarf, if it was Durin the original, or the current Durin we are dealing with, or some other Durin. I just know it was the birthplace of Durin, but we're on like Durin the... Actually, I don't know which Durin we're on. The 3rd? Are we on Durin the 3rd or Durin the 4th? Or some other, like the 14th? I don't think it's quite that high. I was thinking single digits. Dunedain race seems like it could be good to have. I believe that would be... Oh, somebody mentioned... I don't know if that's like a Race of Man one, or if it's actually a whole different, say, species. I'm actually not as sure on that, but I was thinking for Race of Man, if they wanted to do a spin-off on them, a variation on them, is that it's kind of similar to what happened in World of Warcraft, the slightly... What were they? I forgot what they were in WoW, but the slightly chubbier, piratey ones is in Gondor, especially if they went to Harad. There are lots of the pirates which seem to look a little bit different than the regular Race of Man peoples, so yeah. Also, I will end the poll. It did win to do the solo instances. That clearly has not happened, so for the 18 people that voted, and the 61% of you that voted for that, I am sorry, I completely forgot to pay attention to that. So, what we can do now that I've actually ended the poll, I will go ahead and run them. So, Din of Puglok, we're in Puglok. Wait, can you actually do tier 3 level? No, you can't do can you do... Can't do tier 3, maybe tier 3 140? Gotta give it a try, right? Max difficulty, 3 levels under leveled. Before we do the solo version. Ooh, this place looks neat. They're up to like 300, not 300, 3 million morale. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't last too long. We'll have to turn it down a little bit. You know what? Maybe we'll go solo tier 1 on level. I still don't want to do it on level. I actually want to do level 140. Just because the level cap, if it actually drops anything of interest, I would rather it be for the level cap. So try number 3. During the first awoke, okay. This should be a little bit easier this time. Here's some influenced goblins. So the good morale tap only does like about 10k and the bad one does about 7k. Wow. That's why I feel the need to point out whenever the morale taps are actually useful, because of how weak they are. Oh, so much lag. I thought I saw a dwarf here. Maybe I'm the one hallucinating, going crazy. Oh, my thing can't remove my debuffs. I ain't gonna die. Never surrender is gonna trigger, but that's really not ideal. Dunedain, Rohirrim, Beornings, and Bardings. Okay, Dunedain are like first class. Rohirrim, Beornings, and Bardings are second class. And Easterlings are kind of lower class. Oh, Dunedain are the last of the ancient race of man. Okay, that does seem like it would be a variation on race of man. I always call it because it's... Oh. Because that's the way it is in the game. There's race of man. They don't quite call them humans, even though they really are humans. That's why I always do it, just because that's what it is in the game. Fallen into the Chamber of Korikoth. Oh wow, you get to the first boss pretty quick. Also, one thing I appreciate about this solo version is you don't have an NPC following you around. Is he really wielding a sword? Is that like... Am I hallucinating? Somebody was talking about things hallucinating. Maybe that was me. One of the mobs in there was like, if you touch them, you can suffer from hallucinations. That boss really made me feel like I was hallucinating a crab carrying a sword. Maybe I should remove these wounds. It would probably be beneficial for Luiden if I did, like, actually care about his health. Did we get a chest? Alright, first taste of instance loot in Gundabad for solo chest. I would love if these dropped gear. Like, even really... Oh, that gave nothing. Oh, it did give something. It gave a yellow enhancement rune. And a heritage rune. Which is actually not too bad of a heritage rune. But I think even if these gave really bad gear, it would be neat if they gave gear. This place is quite interesting. I don't know. This looks way too tall for moss, but it could just be... It's just an interesting... What? Whoa. I have no idea what happened there. I was zooming in on the camera, so I couldn't quite see what happened, but I got, like, kicked way around. I don't know what it was. Also, something's doing 1 damage to me, and I don't know if it's intended to do more damage, but yeah. This crab reminds you of Finding Nemo. It's been a long while since I've watched that. Ooh. Ooh, Glock. Somehow I feel like he's going to be the last boss in this instance. So for me in the future of the game, what I would want to see is, I already mentioned some of the stuff in Eriador. I think you were here with that. Like the connection between Breland and... Oh? Well, how about this? We're in some trippy Osgiliath. I think this is Osgiliath. There's a spectral Moomac. I remember soloing these Moomac kill. But I would personally be a little bit interested in Khand over Harad, just because I feel like Harad would remind me a little bit of Gondor, but maybe it wouldn't. Not that Gondor is bad, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm a little bit tired of Gondor. From recent experience leveling there. It's also... Whoa, my health went way down. Way out of the way. That was actually a good time. Oh, where are we? I don't know if this is supposed to... Oh, my health. Yikes. What's damaging me for so much? Ew. These little things were damaging me for... I wouldn't quite say a lot. Mind Tangler? Yeah, the Mind Tanglers. Oh. Well then. I was just plowing along right through this. Let's see, otherwise, things... Areas in LOTRO. Personally, I would have some interest in Forodwaith. I don't think everybody would, but to me that would be an interesting area to expand to, especially since we're right around here, but that comes from somebody who really likes Forakel as a zone, and I think LOTRO has a lack of Forakel-like zones, even though there are a decent number of snowy zones. None of them are quite Forakel-like. Just having another one similar to that, I think, would be neat. I feel like people would complain if they made it really similar to Forakel, that it'd be like Forakel 2. I wouldn't even mind just having a second zone that close to it. I just think with Rune, based on what I've seen in the game, the Easterlings are a little bit more interesting. Just things around the Iron Hills, eastern part of Dalelands. There's just more interesting looking things there. Also, the map of that area looks pretty neat. I like to base some of my, say, areas I would want to see in the game based on just what it looks like on the map. There's very little about Harad, and I think it would be interesting having a desert in LOTRO. I don't know. Oh, it actually took me straight to this one, where we had those really dangerous, like, crawlers, which seem to be not spawning. I wonder if I broke this. I've heard people have had buggy experience in these. It's entirely possible that I won't be able to finish this right now. Not that we got any interesting loot from the first boss, but still sad to see the progress sort of erased. Well, alright then. Well, I'll leave the instance. I don't even see a door to leave or anything like that. No object to interact with. And I'm thinking I will try the other instance, since we at least got to see most of this one. Again, would prefer to get level cap rewards, so I will do that.
Among the catwalks of
So this is Durstrach, which is in
the stronghold of Dwarf.
Deepscrave. That was a really bad idea. I do not recommend doing this for anybody watching. Oh, wow. I really don't recommend doing that. I thought that would last a little bit longer. Oh, there's a summoning horde. Hey, maybe I actually can summon somebody to help in this instance. It even has me do that finding. Who we got? Muta? Hopefully Muta does some tanking. For a solo instance, I actually think this one's got some difficulty. I know I'm running at 3 levels under level, but still. Oh, there are jungles in Farharad? I would actually be interested to see what jungles would look like. Although knowing LOTRO and their more recent development of zones would probably be super messy, which is what a jungle is like. But I say that as gameplay-wise, I think there are some issues. It's kind of like Northern Mirkwood. I didn't like Northern Mirkwood as much as Mirkwood, the world building of it, even if it was, I'd say, good quality in Northern Mirkwood, because it just felt way too cluttered and kind of a mess to get through, again, gameplay-wise. I have a pretty strong heal on me from this NPC. I guess I can test the limits of that. See, when I get a new buff like this crazy heal, I have to test it. Actually, I think the morale taps are even helpful to have on top of that right now. Oh, the Muma killer from the jungle's neat. I would always be in favor of more Muma kill. I would also love to have one as a mount one day. They aren't going to add bat flying mounts or hovering mounts. Eagles could be the flying mounts. As far as I understand, those are a little bit of a, supposed to be more of a rare thing. Do any of these things count for the zone slayer deeds? Like if that troll does, that troll slayer deed, based on what I saw questing through the zone, that could be quite tough. But yeah, I don't know if anything here counts for the zone slayer deed. Also, my Dwarf is missing. He's supposed to be giving me, I mean, she's supposed to be giving me some buffs. Let's hunt down the something or other. Ooh, check kin chat. Uh-oh. Thank you for the warning, Naz. As I was just talking about earlier, I'm bad at actually making sure I pay attention to that. One problem of it being tucked, for you all that don't know, it's right behind the, wrong one, right behind the cat cam there. I will join them on Discord, but hopefully don't have to mess up too many things. Or hopefully don't mess up too many things. Let me make sure I'm on push to talk and everything first. Voice and video. I am on push to talk. My output device is probably not working. Make sure I have my headphones. Input device line in. All good. Hello. Wow. Okay, so the issue there was Discord was being extra quiet. So yeah, I'm on as usual with Kin activities on push to talk with them in Discord now. And we will be running the instances more properly this time. 3-man version, probably tier 1 at the level cap. I really doubt I can do much more once I got level 140 and even some starter gear. Which, speaking of starter gear, there is a change that's going to be coming in the future. It sounds like where you will not be able to use PvMP gear outside of the Ettenmoors. Yep. He said he will be unable to. Okay, so we will need 3 people probably. It is a 3-man. Or they both are. But yeah, the problem on with Discord audio sometimes happens is one person was really quiet and then somebody else was really loud. Might even have heard the echo through my headphones. Yeah, while there's not too much difference between leveling and being at the level cap right now, there still is. I could have a full set of armor basically at the level cap, and the PvMP armor could use it right now outside the Ettenmoors, but it sounds like they're planning on limiting the use of that to the Ettenmoors, which I sort of get the idea there, but I think overall I'm not the biggest fan of. Let me go ahead and unlock all this cosmetic stuff that I don't even really like. I wonder if I'd actually want to equip this just for the instance. I'm really feeling like the lack of, like, losing the crit and finesse probably wouldn't be that big of a deal at this point. If I had any good traceries to use that enhancement rune on, I would use it, but I'm gonna wait till I get any decent at least. Or just any new tracery. So it looks like we're starting on Assault on Durstrach, which is the one I got basically no way through. Tracery's level 131. I could open these. All this stuff is bound. If we have just a second, can I go get town services? All right. That is me adjusting the audio. But yeah, since I completely forgot to get my town services, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have a lot of stuff I can put in my vault, assuming there's room. Which I'm actually not too sure there is. I forget what this character situation is. Also can just sell.
Greetings. What do you need? Greetings.
Don't need any essences of block rating, that is for sure.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend? How can I be of service?
Okay, so I'm going to restart the second recording of OBS for the 3-mans. There's my little Moomac. Speaking of Moomacs earlier. Moomac Hill. Vault. I have 2 spaces in my vault. Okay. I'm not quite sure I can fit these cosmetics in there. Oh, that requires level 140? Oh. Wonder why these two aren't combined. That's 900. Oh, I thought both were 940k. Even 640k requires 140. That seems a little extreme.
Place. Incredible. What was it like before Gundabad was I made the feeling from these rooms.
Have you all run these yet? Hopefully me being under level doesn't hold us up too much. See, that troll does not count for the Zone Slayer, dude. Oops. Apparently I'm pulling the hunter's job and just pulling things today. The heals at level 130 seemed really weak. They really are just backwards progression, seem even weaker now.
Look! Over there! It's him!
So we have a boss on the left and a boss on the right. I guess I would have eventually found this out on the solo version. Ah, here we are. This looks more like a area that would actually have a boss, though. I thought it was just up the ramp there. Book tosser. Oh, there it is. I'm guessing that is God and Shum. Got 6 toes total, 2 heads. Look quite mad at each other. Actually don't want to eat that resistance food because that would, I think it would override my better resistance food.
Let me try!
I am going to use a potion. Oh, I am almost dead. I am dead. I wonder, I was getting hit probably by that tornado a lot, which is kind of interesting. No, he was doing morale damage, unless that was the tornado, and it just doesn't specify. Booknado? Paginado? Oh. Everybody died. including the boss. Nope. We got it down, but I guess that was successful. A bittersweet victory. So we got yellow enhancement rune. Did get a yellow piece of gear. It can disenchant into crafting materials. It actually looks like the icon of that looks like sunstones. I don't know if that means it disenchants into sunstones. But yeah, I got that. It's honestly probably something I don't want. I think my 2 rings I would ultimately prefer. So let's see what it disenchants into. If I can find my Flame of Encalamir, we will see what it disenchants into exactly. Wait for it. It gave me them, but it does not say what I actually got out of it. That's I thought it usually said. I think I got sunstones. That glowiness could have been from something else. But it's possible I did not get anything, but the video will show. To find something other than a bat to target. There we go. Well, I didn't have much chance that fight. Oh, this one is a bat rider boss. Uzrak the Wind Rider. Ah, so this is a puddle fight, it sounds like. Okay, so I got the 1 bleed on, so I can sweep that one, but first, I'm gonna use these. And now I can switch back to range. Somehow not standing up. Oh. I think I'm still in a puddle. Actually can't tell. Oh, we were supposed to get like a green eye over our head, I thought I said. When we would drop a puddle. I have a green debuff. Oh, they're back to full health. Okay, so we're getting the bat. Man, that was such a twist. I don't think I've done the big bleed yet. There we go. I'm worried that like the smallest touch will just kill me at this health point. Oh. I can go over here. Well, I think I can stay safe here and maybe actually not die this time. Nope. So this ring will probably be an upgrade over what I currently have. Stat-wise, it's just generally higher. It has finesse instead of crit for that one. Otherwise, could even replace the mastery one, just because that's even lower item level and it's not up to the 450 tier. And I got a, did I get a tracery? I did, I got a purple tracery from that. You don't want that one? Actually, there's the small chance that I want that one. I don't really want that one, but there's always a possibility that I have a worse tracery with how bad they are for the warden, even with the update. The one I might replace is javelin skill damage, but I'd rather the mastery than the...
His beard. It's gone.
Oh, that was it? Wow. I thought there was actually a boss in here, but apparently that was it. Two bosses. I don't mind short 3-mans. I think it's good if they're... Like, if the difference from Standing Stone Games' perspective is, like, having a 1 hour 3-man instance or, like, 5 short 3-man instances, I would definitely prefer 5 short ones, I think, for more variety. But, yeah. Oops. Now let's say hi to someone. Disenchanting things. Yeah, I think I can disenchant. Actually, I should look at these tracers. I could have gotten useful ones. I think the Fizz Gambit skill... No, I need the teal. That's right. That's the big problem. I need teal. This one I want to lock. Oh, so much lag right now. Den of Puglak.
Far under Mount Gundabad lies the den of
I did the solo version of this one, but it got bugged on me. Yeah, Puglak. Nope. It's... yeah. It was funny. So yeah, it's somebody in the group has already run this, and they like the last boss, it sounds like. Do I have my little crush out? It only seems fitting. Wow, I didn't break my leg. Well, I broke my leg last time I went here. Alright, after all that time, got seized the moment when the boss is already like halfway dead. This instance seems significantly easier. I don't remember ads on the solo version. Somebody has also got a lot of wounds, bleeds. Anyway, that was entertaining. So we got purple tracery from that one. Incoming healing. 36.6k. How much do I have? That'll be a little bit of a boost. The stat tracers are the ones where I'd actually consider going purple if they're, since it's just stats I have to look at. The class ones that are class and role tracers are the ones where I would have to basically get the same quality one for it to be worth replacing. And while leveling, I would have to get to the maximum level of it before I got one that I could just equip again. Caverns continue deeper. Hey, there's Puglok. Seems like it's... I feel like the Den of Puglok is almost like an oasis in a desert. It's so sudden, too. Oh, do we have archers shooting down? I don't remember that on the solo version, but that's the way Mumakil are. I guess I'll do my debuffs. It hardly seems worth to do the debuffs when I could actually do some damage, but gotta be nice to the fellowship members. All the vines we have to deal with. These are the things that just did a lot of damage to me. I'm not sure if it was the Hanglers or the... Ooh. If I had my preference given my level and, of course, the gear associated with my level, I'd prefer Puglok, or to not spawn in with Puglok hitting me, essentially. Now, I don't know how many phases this has. If it's like Mario, it'll be 3, but we will see. Ooh, this one. I wonder if this is what LOTRO would look like if they added a desert in, like, supposedly what Harad is. Thunderstorm. Oh, now it looks like a thunderstorm. I was gonna say, you don't seem like much of a thunderstorm. What's with these debuffs? I can't really remove any. I don't have any potions. But yeah, I wonder if that place is... Because all the other places are, like, familiar. That one was completely unfamiliar. At least a tiny bit close to, like, Ingmarish, that type of dead. This was just like Mario 3 times. Yeah, that last place looked neat. And we get a chest for all that. And what we got on the chest, a purple enhancement rune. I got a housing item, apparently. Anyone want a fungal bush? Good things. Anybody want the fungal bush? Okay. Oh, somebody actually does want that. But yeah, I don't actually have a house in this game, so I don't need housing items right now. Alright, so I am actually going to visit his house, I believe. Actually, if I... Was I in the middle of quests? I have... So, I used to have a house on Arkenstone, but then it was foreclosed, which is a really weird experience because I thought I ended up paying the maintenance, and I've also gone a lot longer without paying maintenance, so I'm not sure exactly what happened. But yeah, I used to have a nice Shire house, oddly enough. I had an elf house actually before I had it, or not before, maybe after I had a Shire house. For some reason, people convinced me to live in the Hobbit area. But yeah, I used to have a house, used to mistreat it, never visit it. Except on rare occasion and to fish, but then after a long while, just stopped really doing much with it. Oh, wait, what was me? Correct. I used to have one a long time ago. Oh, is this the mead hall? Oh, nice. I have a property guard that is a goat. You can actually click it. Oh, you can, yeah, summon a goat property guard. Now you can have 2 pets. Oh. How many property guards can you summon? Oh, nope, didn't summon that one. Nice. Yes, I do think some zones look graphically better. Sorry, this guy's explaining where all his stuff is. Or what all of his stuff is. Yeah, I hope you don't mind I borrowed him. Nice. Oh. Oh, you have the ingredient pack box thing? Great. Ah, nice. I will say I actually looked at the Kin house and didn't find any. But, okay, you have one. Nice. Thanks. That's actually conveniently located, but it's a little bit away from the crafting. But yeah, over time in LOTRO, a lot of the zones just have more updated graphics, I would say. So they've gone and updated some of the older zones, but not only the graphics, they have some differences there, some differences in world building as well. Wonderful. That's what I looted, the light green fungal bush. Why is that a wall item? That's funny. There's the Orb of Pelkasar model, which I can't click. There it is. Or Seer's Orb. That's actually, yeah, that's the model I'm talking about. Did he go upstairs? Oh. There's a map of Elder Slade. There is Boar's Afternoon. There's the Red Axe Drinks of Victory. That's the wallpaper art they had for update 28. Heraldry of the Sixth War of the Dwarves and Orcs. That is from Xanabalzar, Blood of Azog. There's the Oaken Shield. There's the Head of Azog. Oh, it's a little bit ugly. Definitely not an explosive barrel. I gotta laugh at that. Now the turtle. I feel like floating names almost kind of like a lot of things detracts from the experience, but then you get to actually see what they are. Oh, that's the Throne of Rohan. I thought those were a bunch of wolves at first. There's a Slarbus of Mordath randomly there. Destroyed model of Minas Tirith. Can you walk on the fire? You can walk on the fire, but not on the fireplace. Oh, yeah. Shadow Totem. Seems like a nice place for a Shadow Totem. I am on Arkenstone right now, BP. Ooh. It's a little bit ugly. Danger. Statue of Candy. There's actually a statue for him. I did not know that. Yeah, it looks pretty neat in here. Yep. I have not finished Gloomingturn yet. Have gone partially through it. That looked like, I was thinking Head of Smog, but just generic dragon's... Oh, you can actually jump on it. I will get more into the graphics. I try to answer that, but again, trying to follow this guy through his house. Imperfect thing to be doing while streaming, I think. Hopefully the update 31.0.1, oh, for some reason it's so hard for me to say that. Hopefully that fixed a lot of the issues. I know it did with some of the Cloven Gap ones. I don't know about Gloomingturn. Goose House. That's really, I don't know. I was thinking a barn. I don't know if this was actually, it actually kind of does look like a barn. There's an upstairs. I like all the, I don't know if they're too random, but it seems like random decorations. I just like it. The old Amroth fountain. Halpin. Oh wow, there are Hobbit property guards. That seems surprising that Hobbits... Oh, I guess they're like bounders. Glad you like the streams, BP. Oh. Have to actually turn my head up to see it. Yeah, Grim Reaper, I remember him. Wait, Grim Reaper. Actually, I might be mixing up. Was he Minas Morgul instance? Or Moria? Yeah, no, okay, initially I was thinking Moria. I don't know why I suddenly thought Minas Morgul. But yeah. Yeah. Thornholt tree. Those trees look neat. I think they're in Arid Mithrin. I'm caught. Oh, it's Garrus Gladman. Images form in the water, okay. I'm not sure anything actually formed. Alright, so Clado. Glad you like my passion for the game, I suppose. Oh, so the patch unfortunately did not fix some of the stuff. Pesky dormouse. Oh, there's Dracok's fireplace. I think if you use that at all, like, the dragon will puff some smoke. A little mini Dracok. Or do a little roar. Soundless roar. Oh, you can use the keg. Does it actually make you drunk in the game? It looks like it. Maybe. Takes a whole lot if you do. I don't know. I see the screen shifting a little bit, but not that much. Well, apparently my character is all like freaked out right now. Oh, screen went black. I think I was going into the goat actually. Oh, one more thing to check out, I believe. Yeah. I think housing is neat. It just takes like a lot of effort for people to deal with it. That's why I think it's really nice to admire other people's work like this guy. He has obviously put a lot of work into this, and nice to see the results of it. Ah, Motzog. Look at a long beard, even though it's all stone. Oops. I did not mean to make the goat climb it. Yeah, a lot of effort and time to go through all this. I remember trying to manage some of the things. This was, of course, way back in the day. I don't know if they've made improvements since then. Tiny bit of decorating I've done has been placing like an item or two at my Ken's Island on an ore. I will say it's looking quite nice. Oh, I didn't mean that in a bad way. I just thought in the little barnyard house thing that it was kind of interesting seeing those decorations there. Yep, two 3-man instances open today. There's a windmill. There's like so many things that I didn't know were actual housing decorations, like the watchtower and the windmill. Yeah. I can't believe this actually somewhat makes me miss Rohan. More so the landscape of Rohan is not all that horrible, but it's too many bad memories of questing in Rohan is my issue. Yeah, the Tower of Orthanc and Shire House would be neat. I think the Dragok statue and the model Tower of Orthanc are, I think, if I remember correctly, the Tower of Orthanc is one of the bigger items. Alright, so I think I'm going to head back out and start questing. Oh, I need to stretch my legs. It's actually warmed up a little bit. Yeah, at least I've warmed up a little bit. It has... temperature has increased by 1 whole degree Fahrenheit. Dragon Skull is pretty neat. It's also neat that you could jump on it as like an actual physical object, not just something you pass through. I do have the town services, so I could actually sell things. And then I need the flame to destroy a couple things. I think the earrings, they have crit defense and evade rating. Yeah, I probably won't want those. Can safely disenchant. Still don't know exactly what the Dwarf made treasure is. It said it'll be turned in for a quest, maybe a level cap thing. Questing in Carbronak was short. There was the very last quest there actually said, like, when he turned it in, the quest story in Carbronak will be continued in a future update. As I talked about on that stream, it honestly just made it feel like Carbronak was unfinished, and it really highlighted how unfinished that was. Also, I should probably do task items before I sell everything. Cracked axe, I think I could turn in 5 of these. This character is still stuck on 5 tasks a day. And do... I don't know, largely due to the Valor, but... that explains a little bit why I'm level 137 and still only have 5 tasks a day. Also, you just have to turn in tons of tasks to get that. And if you don't log in every day to do that, it really does take a while. I think you have to do 100 tasks, which would be 20 days worth of full tasks turn in to get to that 100. I think that's somewhere around here. Up and comer 60 of 100 is what I'm at. And you can get up to 10 of those. And I also used to, like way back in the day, was bad about tasks because it just never seemed like it's worth it, but I've definitely shifted from that school of thought. I think tasks are worth turning in every opportunity you get. Also, I think they're actually 3 tiers of reputation above Kindred and Gundabad. I'm at Respected, whatever that is. I don't know, Honored and Celebrated, or maybe after Respected. Yeah, so I'm above the last 3 tiers, so I'm past Kindred. So far, Reputation doesn't seem like much of a grind in Gundabad. Hopefully the content... I feel like when I talk about Reputation grind in LOTRO, it's more about the content and less of the actual, like, even usefulness of Reputation in some cases. But yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to pop out, but thanks for the instances in the house tour. It was fun. Okay, got rid of the Discord distraction. I really do, I feel like I say this every time. Oh yeah, I can stay way back here. But I say this every time when I do stuff with the Kindle and Arkenstone. I feel bad because I just like don't do as much stuff with them as my Kindle and Or, and they're more of a secondary kin to me. I feel like I end up just treating them that way. Less intentionally so, and just more so naturally so. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. Gloomingturn. Yes, we're here questing in Gloomingturn, which I was in unfinished zone until this update. I don't know exactly what was added because, of course, I didn't do Gloomingturn before this update today. But yeah. Also, I have a bunch of Discord notifications. A bunch as in one, but yes, the map for Deepscrave is off track. You can, I know I've mentioned this quite a few times now, but you can actually zoom out. You can see what the stable master is. I think that's, so this little town is supposed to be within the circle here, and just everything is kind of shifted off quite a bit, sort of like that. It becomes a little bit more extreme in this part of the zone, but anyway. With the offset of the map, you can actually zoom out and see things are actually where they are supposed to be. And the mini map will give you a little bit of a hint. Like sometimes the mini map will show me, I am like, earlier we were actually looking at this. The mini map showed me right here, but my character was like somewhere random, like way over here or something. In a place that made really no sense. Oh, there are a lot of people here. But yeah. Also, I have a quest. Oh, quest turn-ins. Din of Puglock. I need to turn that in. Got me some rep, some XP, some coins of Gundabad, some silvers. And I have a cat in my lap, and I forgot I was stretching my legs. Because I gotta remember to do that, apparently. And cat is falling. She's clawed into, this is a nice time for it to be winter and have heavy pants on, but she's clawed into my pants, but not quite my skin. Also, I could get on a mount, but we're like 2 feet away at this point. So I think this will be another little instanced area. Glittengorf. I was about to say Glittengorf. Ashlog. I have no idea who Ashlog is. They have the Matham Hunter's outfit, which actually doesn't look too bad, I don't think. I think that's what they have. Okay, study and reclamation. Horde of Glass? Are these glass spiders, I'm guessing? Just based on that quest name. Make sure Oh, that is you actually, BP. Oh, convenient. Well, if you need these quests, I will invite you to Fellowship. Might as well not have to compete for kills. I have now run into 2 random viewers that have been questing and just happen to be on the same quest as me, assuming you're on the same quests. I actually don't know. Well, it actually looks like you've completed these all. I'll say this as well, but might be on same quest, but okay, there we go. Oh, completed Spider and Insect Slayer. It feels weird talking. I always feel this way, but it feels weird to talking to somebody that is like typing like that. But nice to see you in game, BP. Thank you for stopping by. I'm still not entirely sure on this outfit, but I will say I'm getting more used to it. The annoying parts of this outfit, which we did get in the last stream with this character, which was also my last stream before this one. Also, what is it really 9:20 already? Yikes. Okay. I probably should get wrapping up with this stream early. I might not finish Gloomingturn. I'm thinking after this quest set will be a good time for me to wrap up. But yeah, with checking the time and the such and all that we have done, I'll probably finish what? Rescue Longbeard guards from webs. I've done a lot of webs. I guess some of them have had like goblins and the such. That's a little bit annoying. This looks to be a pretty giant cave. Dwarf. Glad you're liking this stream, Barry Hawkins. Glad it's still fun and informative, even with the... I guess it would be the fun part was checking out my kinmate's house, where I couldn't... I was paying more attention to him than interacting. Glass spiders are a bit interesting. Are they spiders, or are they glass? Or are they just like somewhat translucent spiders? And how did they come to be? Those are my questions for the glass spiders, at least. I know I've gotten a level up. Actually, I think I've gotten a level up a long time ago, not so much recently. But yeah, just running the instances, I don't know if it's the place I am on the landscape. This feels a lot easier than some previous parts of Gloomingturn, I will say, which haven't all felt that like tough or anything. I think that guy's poisoned. Or was poisoned. Wow, we rescued a second Longbeard finally. Is the cat barely not visible? Sitting on my lap. Oop. There she is. Barely. Yeah, so in the next couple of months, I might have some interesting announcements. I know it's really random, but I was just thinking about my sitting position. That's all the hints y'all get, because it's really not a sure thing, but... yeah, there might be some interesting announcements that really won't affect much, but still might be interesting in the future. Nearish future? I'd hope in the new year I will know more. Actually, when would I know more? I would hope in the new year that I know more, but it might not be until a little bit into the new year, like spring, April, May. March to May-ish time. What was that, the spear bleed? Spear pierce, 1500 damage every 5 seconds. If only I had one more of those when he had 1k health left. Rescued 3 Longbeards now, that's a little bit better. I'm guessing they're going to make me go like the whole way. I also don't know if it's actually random each time or if certain webs have Longbeards versus goblins stuck inside. Oh, hey, the dwarf got him. Dwarf is useful. It's not a miracle that the A dwarf is useful, but it's a miracle that this dwarf NPC for a quest was useful. The quest does feel a little bit tedious just because you have to do so many, and then sometimes it being a goblin and all that. It just takes a while to go through this admittedly neat cave, but this kind of large cave and sparse cave as well. I also feel a little bit more time crunched when I'm not really time crunched. I don't think it's great to play a game, even a game like LOTRO, while you're time crunched. Even though I'm, again, not really. I just saw how late it was, and I'm a little bit more aware of me needing to go to bed soon because I have to get up early, because that's the way Fridays work. I would like to finish the zone, like, if that weren't the case for tomorrow for me. I would love to stay here and finish Gloomingtarn, actually, but we'll save that for later. Gotta build up anticipation for the completion of the storyline and the quests here. Now, one thing I'm curious, because I did keep up with this in the other zones, is how the deed log is doing, the quest deed for this zone. So it looks like Quest of Gloomingturn, you have to do 25, which seems similar to the non-first zone of Gundabad, and definitely different from Carbronak. Now, I don't know if that deed was retroactively? Actively? This it could be either. If it was basically updated with update 31.0.1 when they increased the number of quests in Gloomingturn, if they increased the number of quests needed for the Gloomingturn deed, or didn't bother doing that. That much I don't know. Which I doubt they would have updated the deed, because I think the deed should be, which they do seem to actually be, completable with what was in the launch of the expansion. Didn't I already kill the spider? Have I gone in a full circle, or can they just sometimes spawn here? Or is this a different spider that I just don't happen to need, even if it's a named one? I don't know why fighting glass spiders feels so much cleaner than regular spiders. Like, there are obviously lots of webs going around, but it just doesn't feel like it. It's almost like fighting clean spiders, if that makes any sense. Also, I saw this dude had a ring over his head. Stall? Is that his name? Spall.
Yes?
It's a P, not a T.
Have you a moment?
Oh, okay, he just disappeared. Alright then. No problem. I guess I shouldn't have turned in those quests. Apparently I'm tired enough to go to bed too, according to that yawn at least. And that is not a bored yawn, but it's definitely a tired yawn. Yeah, I will be going back to the camp to talk to him. First I will be turning in, presumably I'll have a turn in up here if it functions like the previous game. How did I use defensive strike? That was unintentional. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but the lag actually seems significantly better than any previous day in Gundabad for me. I don't know if that's been the case for everybody in other servers, but it does seem to be better for me today. Which is something I did not notice. It's a good thing I did not notice, because if I noticed it, that'd probably mean it would have been laggy. But there was a little bit of what I'm guessing lag is what it seemed like. Me half paying attention at least seemed like there is lag. And causing me to use defensive strike is what I suspect. Got those two turned in, and I guess I can go out the cave, see where it is. It's pretty close to town. I was going to say I could do the good old warden trick of mustering to a nearby camp, then taking a swift travel here, but honestly, I would have to deal with loading screens, and hey, I might see some geodes or something interesting along the way in the landscape. Speaking of, here's some granite. Might be something of interest in there. Some quartz geodes. There's a little baby lizard. Could be a full-grown tiny lizard as well. Also, one thing I have not paid attention to is there were huge performance issues in this zone in the beta. I don't know if those were fixed or not. So far, based on initial appearances, they have been fixed because I can turn this way and not go down to 20 FPS. But it used to be, in the beta, you all might remember this if you were here, if you looked basically right out here, it would go down to 20 FPS right at these pillars, this general area. But that is clearly no longer the case, and the performance here is fine. I have changed nothing about my hardware. They also updated in the beta, I don't think you could actually see all the way through to the next zone, Cloven Gap. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, it makes this zone a lot more fun. I said fun. It does make it more fun, but I guess less bad. More exciting. So follow the thoroughfare through Gloomingturn and meet Spall and Herseg. Next up, okay. Pilgrimage to Abkhan, Iran. Now, is that place, or is that place, or is that to Cloven Gap? Cloven Gap, rather. Okay, it doesn't seem to be to Cloven Gap. So yeah, there are probably quite a few more quests here based partially on the deed to complete quests here, and based on me having more quests to do and not having been to the northern half of the zone. So that is what I will save for later. Perhaps that could be another day of... Am I running into something here? Perhaps that could be another day of group content instances and the such. I believe there's supposed to be some sort of object or NPC here. Louis in the floater. Also, my character is still spooked out. We'll do mood calm. Yeah, the soundtrack in Gloomingturn. I don't know if it's new as in new in Gloomingturn or new Gundabad in general, but yeah. Also, I don't know why I'm flashing red like this. It seemed to have some instance effect, like some sort of effect persisting on my character here. Nothing to see here. Jezero. I don't know Jezeros. I'll give them a wave. I also have a cat there. Oh no, I have to get up to wave. I really don't know if I'm like if something is phased for me where I'm actually standing on something for somebody. But right now I'm just floating. Go to bed in there. That's going to be really weird, but I think I got the angle I needed. Anyway, I'm definitely not procrastinating ending the stream or anything. So yeah, upcoming covered, yeah, we'll continue questing, going to Cloven Gap, and all the normal stuff you do when you're leveling and playing through a new expansion, going through the content. And then otherwise, other upcoming stuff, I'm actually not entirely sure. Probably just focusing on playing through Gundabad. As far as the Nor stuff, we'll probably actually be getting update 23 stuff, and 24 by extension, all the level 120 stuff somewhat soonish. There is a Dwarf's head here. Actually, there is now. The guard is up here. But yeah, for me, if there is a Dwarf, then he is phased. That guard could go away. He could sell me floating a little bit better. But yeah, anyway, for Anor, that's something to think about coming up. Might start spending some more time there if I get through enough Gundabad stuff and going through that content. Also, with that, there's also some interesting things I'm hoping Arid Mithrin I can enjoy a little bit more the second time through. And then we have... Next week's going to be Thanksgiving. Actually, that is 1 week from today, right? Today's Thursday. Can't believe it's already that late and that late into November. That's crazy. Yeah, I can't really think long term. I can think short term, as in there might be an event on Anor that I might stream tomorrow, but I'm not sure. So I can't even think that short term. All I can think of is like now to tomorrow morning. So, with that in mind, that is where I'll go ahead and wrap up the stream, especially because I think the cat wants me to. And with that, I hope you all enjoyed everything we did today with the new instances, somewhat trying them on solo mode, but not really, and actually running them properly 3-man version, even if I'm below the level cap, at the level cap, at level 140, doing them tier 1, discovering them, and all that sort of stuff. And hopefully I can also have some video content around that. So, yeah. With all that, I hope you all did enjoy the stuff, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content, and thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.